What is up, guys? Dan from EliteFourCrew here, coming back at you with the second part of the second round of the EliteFourCrew PokéTubers Championship. I'll be commentating on these battles as I have been the entire time. First up, we have got, let's go, that's the right one. EliteFour Dan against Toby Pyre. In the second round, I beat Gloud to get this far as Toby Pyre beat Shoobs. So I decided to bring, similar, I think the same team as last time. I brought the Rotom Wash, the Landorus, the Heatran, the Mega Metagross, the Tangrowth, and the Latios. Toby Pyre brings the Cobalion, the Mega Charizard. I think it's Mega Charizard Y. It was the same team as last time. Excadrill, Slowbro, Venusaur, and Tyranitar. So let's see what goes down. I'm going to put it on normal speed, guys, just because there's only 3 battles this video, because the match between Zebo and DM Puff did not take place as Zebo forfeited the match, which is unfortunate because the Super Gassy won his match, but Zebo went through because Super Gassy quit, and then Zebo also quit, which is unfortunate, so DM Puff went through to the quarterfinals. But anyway, we're going to put it on normal speed for that reason, and let's kick things off. As I lead out with the Rotom, Toby Pyre leads out with the Venusaur. Giga Drain comes in and takes out the Rotom first turn, which wasn't ideal. Life Orb Venusaur, I don't know what I was trying to do. I think I was just going to Volt Switch out. Sludge Bomb comes in from the Venusaur as we Side Shock and get rid of that Venusaur straight up. So both trading them on there in the first 2 turns. The Cobalion comes out now as I switch out my Latios into my Tangrowth. Seeing that Hidden Power Ice come in, I only take 31%, so that's not bad at all. As he withdraws the Cobalion, he goes out into his Charizard. I get a Leech Seed off, so we get a bit of recovery back. We switch out, he doesn't Mega Evolve, we go into the Heatran. He does Mega Evolve into the Charizard Y. As the Flamethrower comes in, we have Flash Fire, so that's absolutely fine. I'm thinking Flash Fire in the sun, we're getting Leech Seed damage off. So I go for a Flamethrower as he brings out the Slowbro, a Lava Plume. Oh no, I didn't, I go after the Stealth Rock. Okay, that's interesting. Then I go for the Lava Plume. Getting ahead of myself, the 37% and gets a burn, which is unfortunate for him. Scald comes in the rain, in the sun. I'm not too worried about that. So this Slowbro is doing nothing to me. Go for another Lava Plume, get 40% off. He goes for a Thunder Wave. Really smart play on his part, rather than going for another Scald. So goes for a Slack Off, gets some HP back, and we get fully powered, which is unfortunate. As the sun fades, so I think it's at this point I decide to switch out. Yep, I switch out into the Latios, predicting this. Goes for a Slack Off again. Gets hurt by its bird. We roost up. So he decides to go for a Thunder Wave again. He switches out into the Cobalion as I decide to go for a Draco, which I miss, which is really annoying. We switch out, not wanting to take what this Cobalion has got. The Hidden Power Ice, again doing about 33% to the Tangrowth. Goes for another one, 32% as we go for a Leech Seed. I think at this point I decide to switch out. Yeah, I'll switch out into the Heatran, expecting this Hidden Power Ice to come in. We resist, take 1% from that, which is absolutely pathetic. We get some Leech Seed damage off as he switches out into the Slowbro. I double out here into the Mega Metagross. I Mega Evolve, get a Thunder Punch off, 46%, and he goes for a Thunder Wave. So again, he's free to start slacking off here, I think. But we have got the burn on him. So I stay in, carry on Thunder Punching, 44%. Gets a bit of leftovers, but he gets the burn. He's going to carry on slacking off, hoping for that fully power, which he does not get this time round, 48% this time. So he's going down slowly but surely. He's just waiting for this fully power to come in, and there it is. So at this point, I can't remember if I carry on Thunder Punching. No, he decides to switch out at this point. Brings in the Mega Charizard, takes 50%, I think, as I go for another Thunder Punch. I go for another Thunder Punch and take out the Charizard. So that goes down, which is a major problem. The Excadrill comes out now. Mold Breaker Extra Drill, because I decided to switch out to my Landorus, which hasn't had any action this game yet, just realised. He rapid spins those rocks away, a bit late for that really. Withdraws the Extra Drill, goes out into the Tyranitar, as I decided to go for an Earthquake because I am Scarf, so I knew I'd outspeed the Extra Drill, and the Tyranitar just takes that Earthquake instead of the Extra Drill. As I say, I know I'm Scarf, I know I outspeed, so I go for another Earthquake and take out the Extra Drill, even if it's Sand. We know it's Mold Breaker, it says it's Mold Breaker, so wasn't worried about Sand Rush. Earthquake comes in, just takes out the Cobalion as well, as the Slowbro comes in now. I go for an Earthquake, does 34%, as he goes for a Thunder Wave. I'm immune, obviously. Maybe he must have been predicting me to switch out, but I have no reason to. I'll just carry on going for Earthquakes. I've got a 5 Pokemon lead. He can slack off as much as he wants, but I think I'm just kind of hoping for a clean switch. I think I'm expecting him to go for another slack off here. I switch out into Tangro. I decide to get the Leech Seed up. No, I decided to double out. I'm going to stop talking because I'm just getting ahead of myself. We take that Side Shock, no problem with the Heatran. So I'm just getting regenerated. I'm getting regenerated damage back. And that's at this point I realise I don't have Regenerator on my Tangro. That's right. It's at that point I realise, hang on, what the fuck is going on here? I don't have Regenerator on this Tangro. And I'm feeling like a massive idiot, thinking, why isn't my Tangrowth getting more HP back? But we just keep synthesizing up. We can still hit. We know we can still him out. And at this point, do we go for another synthesis? No, we get the Leech Seed up at this point. It's just a matter of time, really. I think I'm happy for this Tangrowth to go down. He can just keep slacking off. So I'm just going to synthesize. I've got absolutely no qualms about sitting here and letting this Slowbro burn and Leech Seed himself to death. Not the most entertaining thing to watch. But he goes for a slack off. I don't know why. He must know that the game's lost at this point. His Leech Seed burned. Yeah, he's taking 25%, and at that point the Slowbro does come down, as it takes 56% from the Grass Knot, and that is GG. So that puts us into the quarterfinals, which is I'm really happy with that. That was kind of my minimum goal for the tournament, so I was really happy I got there. Two really good games against him and Golau, so I was really happy with that. But yeah, anyway, that's me into the quarterfinals. Let's find out who I'm playing in the quarterfinals. We've got Hybrids in HD against Danaki. Dan of all lads against Hybrids in HD. Danaki decides to bring the Mega Medicaam, the Latios, the Rotom Wash, the Jirachi, the Keldeo, and the Landorus. As Hybrid goes for the Mega Lopunny, the Amoonguss, the Sylveon, the Zapdos, the Cobalion, and the Volcanion. So that was actually quite a long battle, that last one. We're actually 8 minutes in, so I'm going to go fast. But the Mega Medicaam comes out, the Mega Lopunny comes out. The Mega Medicaam switches out into the Landorus. Gets the Intimidate off as the Mega Lopunny goes for a Fade Out. Gets a Rocky Helmet on the Landorus, so really smart play from Danaki there. The Zapdos comes out as the Landorus also doubles out into the Faggot, so the Jirachi. Goes for an Ice Punch, does 35%. Heat Wave comes in, 56% on the Jirachi. He decides to switch out into the Latios, takes that Heat Wave with no problems whatsoever. Zapdos switches out into the Sylveon. Psychic does 37% to the Sylveon. Latios decides to get the hell out of there. Jirachi takes that Hyper Voice, 26%. Sylveon switches out into Cobalion as the U-turn comes in. Really good retention of momentum from Danaki there. As switch out to the Mega Medicaam, takes his Volt Switch, only 19% from the Cobalion. Switches out to the Amoonguss. High Jump Kick comes in, resisted, but still 57%. As an Ice Punch comes in, super effective, takes out the Amoonguss as the first kill of the game. The Lopunny comes in as the Landorus comes in to take this Fake Out and dish out some Rocky Helmet damage. The Zapdos comes in now against the Landorus as Danaki gets his Stealth Rocks up. Switches out to 20p, the Rotom Wash, takes the Heat Wave with no problems whatsoever. The Defog comes in from Zapdos, getting rid of those rocks as decides to Volt Switch out, takes 24% there from Zapdos. As Pussy, the Keldeo comes in, does an Icy Wind, takes 57% from the Zapdos as the Zapdos hits a Thunderbolt, 83%. The Icy Wind comes in again from the Keldeo as the Zapdos decides to come out into switch into the Cobalion. Now Landorus switches in on this Volt Switch from the Cobalion, obviously does nothing, so it decides to go out for a hard switch into the Zapdos as he lands the Toxic on him. Daniki decides to switch out, goes out into the Rotom Wash as the Zapdos roosts up, takes 13% from the Poison, switches out into the Sylveon, takes this Hydro Pump, 24%, not bad at all. Goes for a Will-O-Wisp and misses, which is unfortunate as the Sylveon goes for a Wish. Passes out into the Volcanion, takes this Volt Switch, 62%, but that's going to get healed right back up with the Wish. Up to 93%, which isn't bad. Secret Sword comes in, 68%. The Volcanion goes for a Flamethrower, which is resisted, but takes out the Keldeo nonetheless. The Rotom Wash comes in as a Hybrid decides to switch out to the Zapdos. Volt Switch, 25%. Rotom switches out into these Latios. Psychic comes in and takes out the Zapdos once and for all. Mega Lopunny comes out. Landorus comes in, gets the Intimidate, Fake Out, 10%. The Lopunny this is just happening every time. And this one decides to go for the Ice Punch. It doesn't take it out. And the Earthquake comes in and takes out the Mega Lopunny. I'm really surprised that the Ice Punch didn't take it out, to be honest. Sylveon Hyper Voices, takes out the Landorus. As Faggot comes out, Faggot the Jirachi. U-turn on the Cobalion does absolutely nothing, but again, retaining that momentum as the Latios comes in and Psychics the Cobalion out of there. Sylveon takes this Psychic, 38%. Hyper Voice comes in and takes out the Latios. Daniki decides to sack it off to allow his Jirachi, although no, it allows the Mega Medicant to come in. Sylveon protects, so it doesn't take this Fake Out damage, but it's going to take Toxic, so in a worse position than it already was. Thunder Punch comes in, just in case the Volcanion decided to predict. Another Thunder Punch takes out the Volcanion and gives the win to Daniki. So it was a really good game between these two, and that sets up a match between the Dans in the quarterfinals. EliteFour Dan against Daniki in the quarterfinals. So that's that. As we said before, DM Puff advances into the quarterfinals by default, as Zebo decided not to be bothered to do his match. Anyway, moving on. The final second round match is between CC as me and Badger and Car. So CC as me decides to bring the Togekiss, the Mega Venusaur, the Espeon, the Sneasel, the Rotom Wash and the Arcanine, assuming it's Mega Venusaur anyway, as Badger decides to bring the Heatran, the Dragonite, the Talonflame, the Landorus, the Rotom Wash and the Ferrothorn. No Mega on his team, which is really interesting. Anyway, the Togekiss leads against the Landorus for Badger. Togekiss switches out into Rubber Dubber, the Rotom Wash, knocks off the leftovers as the Landorus decides to switch out into Hot Point, his very own Rotom Wash. Pain splits, so they are even. Volt Switch comes in from Hot Point, switches out into Nigel Thornberry, the Ferrothorn. Volt Switch does absolutely nothing, but allows CC as me to go out into Sajin, the Arcanine. The Ferrothorn obviously gets out of there, and the Wild Charge comes in, takes 29%. Obviously hoping for the Thrash Fire, really good prediction from CC as me. The Togekiss comes in and takes this Toxic from the Heatran. Heatran switches out into Gaia, takes his Thunder Wave, obviously immunity. Really good prediction from Badger. The Stone Edge comes in, super effective critical hit. I think the crit matters. I do think the crit matters. I don't know if that would have taken it out. Depends if it's banded. Could have been banded. Landorus. Anyway, the Ferrothorn comes out now to take this Volt Switch. The Rotom Wash goes out into the Arcanine yet again. Leech Seed comes in. Will he go for... He decides to double out. As the Landorus comes in this time. U-turns out, another crit there. Is he holding a King's Rock or something? It's crazy. Another Pain Split, bringing the both Rotom Washes to the same wave, or same wavelength. Volt switches out into the Landorus. Pain Split. Does Rotom Wash keep getting more damage back? The U-turn comes in, 29%. Switches back out to the Rotom Wash. Just constantly Volt switching. Well, gets the Will-O-Wisp off this time as well. Pain Split comes in. Obviously, this Rotom gets leftovers. This Rotom gets burnt. So, not in a good position, CC as me. Volt switches out into the Espeon. Goes for a Psychic and takes out the Rotom Wash. So one death apiece now. Badger brings out the Landorus. The Espeon switches out into the Arcanine, gets knocked off, knocks the Rocky Helmet off, takes some Rocky Helmet damage through its troubles there. As the Extreme Speed comes in, Blaze takes that with no problems whatsoever. Goes for a Magma Storm, which takes out the Arcanine. Starts to bring out the Espeon here, CC as me, goes for a Psychic, resisted 35%. Magic bounces the Toxic, it's immune, so waste of a turn there really. Gets Psychic again, resist, goes for an Earth Power, which does 39%. The Heatran will go down this turn, decides to switch out, expecting that the Psychic, it's a crit, does 42%. So not ideal for Badger, not ideal for Badger. Another Psychic comes in, 27%. Gyro Ball almost takes out the Espeon. Doesn't quite go down to the burn as another Psychic comes in and takes out the Ferrothorn. Landorus comes in here. Faster, U-turns out, takes rid of the Espeon. Goes out into Heatran as CCS Me decides to bring out the Rotom Wash to deal with that. Magma Storm comes in, it's resisted. Goes for a Hydro Pump and misses, which is really, really unfortunate. And gets hurt by the burn, taking out the Rotom Wash. Here's the Mega Venusaur coming out. I was right. The Magma Storm comes in, only 41% due to Thick Fat. Leech Seed comes in, so getting a bit of recovery now, the Mega Venusaur. The Heatran decides to switch out into the Talonflame as it synthesizes up the Mega Venusaur. Gets the Will-O-Wisp off as the Sludge Bomb comes in, does 49%. I think a Flare Blitz. Acrobatics actually, super effective, critical hit, 77%. Sludge Bomb comes in, doesn't quite take out, gets the poison though. As they both go down to their respective illnesses, as you might, their respective afflictions. Bullet Punch comes in, knowing that a knockoff will do 29%, gets rid of the Life Orb. Switches out into the Dragonite as the Caesar decides to roost up. Bullet Punch comes in, it's a crit, only 20% due to Mortal Scale. Gets the sub up now. Bullet Punch does damage, doesn't break the sub. Goes for a Dragon Dance to the Dragonite. This is going to be no problem at all. Goes for another Dragon Dance. Bug Bite, gets rid of the sub. Bullet Punch comes in, 20%. Dragon Claw comes in, it's resisted, 31%. And now the Earthquake comes in, 55%. Bug Bite comes in, does absolutely nothing. This Dragonite is going to pick up the KO. Almost gets critted and almost pays for that. As Dragon Claw comes in and finishes off the Caesar, putting Badger into the quarter-final. So let's have a quick recap of the round, guys. So our quarter-final matchups are Mighticus against Scotty Dr. Pepper, Dragon Tamer Blade against Bandit Caterpie, EliteFourDan against Danicky, and DM Puff against Badger and Cup. All four of those matches will be in the next video, which will be uploaded tomorrow, I believe. I think it's up Sunday. So yeah, this will be up on Monday. Followed by the semi-final match, the two semi-final matches on the Tuesday, and we'll have the grand final in its own video on the Thursday. So that's your schedule. Write it down or just subscribe and you'll see when these videos go up. Thank you for watching, guys. I've been your boy EliteFourDan. Peace.